Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a gentleman that basically he is a cheap knockoff from the real thing, this gentleman by the name of Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger, you got to go see him over there. He talks about the whole day of, sinus waxing, sinus waxing, sinus waxing. He talks about the whole day about grooming man, grooming young man. He talks about men that take other men to do manicures in their nails. We're talking about Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger. If you want that kind of content, he talks the whole day about males, male, the whole day. I mean, I don't know, to each his own, with their preference. I know what I like. My preference is unbelievable. A mí me encantan las hembras y me encantan las conejas. I love it. I love the ladies, But this man, the whole day, he talks about different men. Unbelievable hairstyling, he takes you on trips. He sleeps with you in the same room in hotels. We're talking about Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger. He's roaming around the streets in Las Vegas. He walks around, walking like disturbed and just spewing vomit the whole day, and vomit. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, if you like that kind of content, you got to go over there. They talk the whole day about males, about mans, about FOMO, FOMO. I don't know what that means, FOMO, but he uses that word the whole day. FOMO this, FOMO that. He's unbelievable. And I'm telling you, he has an unbelievable hairline. It's from back here, all the way back here, a big hairline. You got to go see him there, Wicked. If you want to see that kind of content, you go over there. I don't know what his preference is, but he's always talking about the man this, man that, grooming. He's always using the word grooming and grooming and grooming. And he's talking about, vacations with these groomers that he has. I'm just letting you know, Wicked, saludos, Wicked, saludos to you. Hello, Wicked. If this is what they like, you go there. You got to go over there and Eugene the Chia Pet will take care of you. Let me tell you something. If you hear this man talking, you can hear in his voice the hate that he has. It's unbelievable. I never seen nothing like that in my life. Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger. He's unbelievable. You got to go check him out. Listen, I'm giving him a voice out. You got to go check him out. But let me tell you something again, ladies and gentlemen. This guy even says that these men, the groomer, he's like a ringleader, this groomer, he even gives money out to these young men. So I don't know what that's over there. What kind of platform that is. It's not my cup of tea. Maybe it is for you guys. But, I'm just letting you know what's happening. He's always the whole day talking about that he's going to take a young man to, do a wax sinus, sinus or wax sinus. I never seen that in my life. And then second of all, ladies and gentlemen, this man is always, he's hiding his face because, he lives off these low budget hotels that he lives in, and he puts on fake backgrounds in the back of castles and billions of dollar houses, but he will never show you nothing because he says he's a multi-millionaire. Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger, claims he is a multi-millionaire, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Wicked. Thank you so much. Sweet Kikino sends his regards to you. Unbelievable. Thank you very much, Wicked. But I'm just letting you know, if that is your kind of, content, then you must go to that gentleman, Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger, Walker. I mean, you whatever you want with your time. But this is what they talk. They talk there about bathhouses. It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know, like I said again, I don't know. Mientras el amor sea puro, mientras el amor sea puro, no importa el sexo. If you don't know what I said, you Google it. Little Red Corvette. Unbelievable, but true. You know, mientras el amor sea puro, no importa el sexo, papi. And this is what this guy, you know, his content is all about. He knows about every different channel that does watch content, you know? He takes a little bit from this one, from that one, from that one. The one that he has, you know, perfection, you know, perfected is me. He uses all my catchphrases. He uses all my words. Whatever words I use, he's going to use them. And I like that because the more he uses it, it's more, you know, I get more popularity, you know. He's giving me promotion for free. Everybody knows who I am, you know who I am, and they know who Sweet Kid Kino is, you know. But that's what it is. I just wanted to let you know about that. This gentleman, what he spills, you know, spews through his mouth is vomit, you know. It's just creepy, real creepy. And no offense, guys, but I believe that people, the man, you know, the mans that watched that gentleman, Eugene, there's something, you know, I think they have the same beliefs because they go bananas. The way they talk there is unbelievable. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a very open-minded man, and I don't care what you do. Cada cabeza hace con las nalgas lo que quiera. If you don't understand what I say, you Google it. Cada cabeza hace lo que quiera con sus nalgas. Yo las mías las tengo guardadas, papá. Eso es lo que hay. All right? Okay, so we got that taken care, right? You know, we got it taken care. I mean, when he uses that waxing, you know, sinus waxing, oof, that's pretty deep. And he uses it, that's his vocabulary on a daily basis, on a daily grooming, you know, shopping sprees, vacations, stay together in hotels, hairstyling, you know, manicures, fumo. I don't know what that means, fumo. Maybe you guys can help me out with what that fumo means, but it's unbelievable. You know, he gives the guy, the groomer, gives you pocket money so you can spend it. So be careful when watching that channel. One more time, Eugene the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, Damon. You know what I'm trying to say. Damon, did you ever watch that channel? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You can say yes or no, no harm. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. Okay, you did the right thing. Anyway, guys, enough of that Eugene the Chia Pet. Well done. Well done. You saved yourself. Tell me what you feel when you were watching that channel, Wicked. What did you feel, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a watch that they have been trying to flim-flam you and fleece you, I would say, for the last, since 2024, you know? I would say, you know, I don't know, I'll say a good year already. They've been trying to flim-flam you with these watches. I'm going to be talking about the Patek Philippe Ellipse, you know, from those 60s, 70s, and the very early 80s. You know, and they've been trying to get you taken with these watches. But these watches are all dead. No matter what Eugene, the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant, Buffalo Park Ranger tells you, the Patek Philippe Ellipse, you know, those 33 millimeters, 34, they're very small again, very small. No matter what he tells you, those watches are dead in the water as well. What you're paying there basically is you're paying for gold on these watches. Like this watch that I'm going to talk to you, and this is the way you want these watches. If you are going to get these watches, you know, like they're telling you now, like they're giving you all these subliminal messages that these watches are the most powerful watches right now to get, you know, all those watches from those 70s and 60s and, you know, those watches, you know what I'm saying, you know? This watch here is a Patek Philippe Ellipse blue linen dial, yellow gold, you know? Unbelievable, with a Milanese bracelet. Milanese bracelet. This watch that I'm going to talk to you about, this watch is yellow gold. It's the 3545. Unbelievable. You know, this is an extremely rare watch. And why I say extremely rare is because this is a complete watch. You know, from the this watch is from 1972. I repeat, this watch was purchased in the year 1972. I have all the information on this watch. Unbelievable. Box, paperwork, and you're not going to believe this. Receipt. Unbelievable. When this watch was purchased in January of 1972, it was purchased for $3,520. Listen, guys, in 1972, $3,520 was monster money, guys. Monster money. Damon, tell me if that's not monster money or not. 1972, papi, eso era chavo con cojones. That was, man, you were living large. If you were able to spend $3,520 in 1972 on a luxury watch, time machine, dude, you were like, man, that was serious stuff. Serious. And this watch in gold, it had 92 grams. I said it wrong. It has 92 grams. If you take the 92 grams of gold in today's time, you take that 92 grams, you move the movement, you know, the movement. You're going to take some grams out of it. Let's say the watch now has, I don't know, let's say, you know, 78 grams, right? 78 grams. You have there and gold, I don't know, somebody help me out, but I'm just going to say a number. You know, this is just, you know, make believe. No, not even make believe. This is for real. You have to like $6,000 in gold. $6,000 in gold. And I explained to you, this is a watch. This is a monster watch from 1972. But as you know, we have a problem with this watch. Most of those Ellipse watches were born with a leather strap. When they were born with fully bracelet in the casing, that's a different story. So if you had a small wrist, they had to cut that. They had to cut the gold with a special scissor for cutting gold. And the watch became smaller. So most of those watches, they stood with the family member until he left the world. You know, until they passed away, because nobody had those sizes. So that today they're trying to flim-flam you with these watches, but most of these watches have all been cut. And today, if you're going to send that watch to Patek Philippe to, you know, add on some bracelet to that, Papa, it's going to cost you more than the whole watch, right? So they're trying to flim-flam you back and forth with this watch. What I'm trying to tell you is, ladies and gentlemen, this watch has all the bells and whistles. Guarantee, box, original Patek Philippe box from that watch. The guarantee and the receipt. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. This is an unbelievable time machine. Maybe I'm doing a big favor to this Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market dealer by me telling you this number. If you are going to buy this watch, this is an unbelievable. This is a blue linen dial. Blue linen dial with a Milanese bracelet. Un reloj de puta madre, exagerado reloj. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Remember, you have like $6,000 in gold. Don't pay for that watch more than $11,000 in. I'm going to be nice. Okay? Don't pay more than that. So don't be tomato cans. Don't be window lickers. Don't be Palmolive dish lickers. Don't be crayon eaters. You know? Stop being crumb bums. And don't believe the new hype they're injecting you with, that the Patek Philippe Ellipse is the new thing. Don't believe Eugene, the Chia Pet, Las Vegas, flashing, vagrant Buffalo Park Ranger walker. He's walking all over the place. Don't believe him. When you see a guy that does a video and he puts a make-believe screen in the back, background screen of a mansion and cars, you cannot believe this person too much. Okay? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy all this information that Sweet Kid Kino prepared for you. Sweet Kid Kino takes a lot of time to prepare this information for you guys. He really goes through a lot of, research and all that good stuff. So, Kino, they're telling you thank you. So, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. And like me and Sweet Kid Kino say every week, we also have a private watch group. It's under my name, Juan Nieves. It's on Facebook. Scroll down to about, and you'll find their Opus and Time watches. And like me and Sweet Kid Kino say, take care and brush your hair. Peace.